Welcome, Warriors, to the 2020-2021 school year at Waverly. This is your principal, Mrs. Edwards, and I want you all to have a successful school year. In order to do that, we're going to begin this year with a PBIS kickoff and review of the Student Code of Conduct so that you know the expectations of a Waverly Warrior.
Hello, this is Mrs. Hardaway, the assistant principal. Let's see if you know who's who in the main office at Waverly. Our principal is Mrs. Edwards. The school secretary is Ms. Leahy. Of course, as I stated before, I am Mrs. Hardaway, the assistant principal. Our dean of engagement is Mr. Kimball, and our school nurse is Mrs. Hale.
Our school mission. The mission of Waverly School is to inspire and empower our students to be leaders in their school, the community, and their life. We will nurture our students and provide them with opportunities to engage in meaningful leadership experiences to achieve academic and social success. Our school motto is learn, lead, succeed. Our student creed, which we all believe at Waverly, we follow our Waverly way. We are Waverly Warriors, always doing our best, valuing education. Each day, we are safe, respectful, and responsible, leading and learning, young scholars. We are Waverly Warriors, achieving academic and social success. Yes, we can make it. Important information about attendance and meals. As a reminder, virtual classes begin promptly at 8:30 a.m. All students are expected to report to class on time for your daily assigned courses. Please remember, if you are absent, to have your parent or guardian call our main office at 216-838-7550 by 9:00 a.m. All students are expected to make up missed class time and assignments. Lunches will be provided at the building from 10:30 to 2 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Upon entering the building, you must follow all safety guidelines, which includes wearing a face mask and, of course, using social distancing by staying 6 feet apart.
At Waverly, there is SEL support. True or false? True. Remote learning expectations. All students are encouraged to log in and be on time for daily class sessions. During remote learning, the official school uniform is not required. However, students are expected to dress modest and appropriate for school when online. Scholars are expected to follow all adult directives, comply with classroom rules set by the teacher, model the 7 habits, the principles outlined in the Waverly Way Creed and the school motto to learn, lead, and succeed. Now I will give you a moment to review our remote learning expectations. Okay, great. Now that you've reviewed our expectations, this is what we're going to do next. We are going to talk about our educational technology and how it is the property of CMSD. It is unacceptable to use or include, but not limited to, accessing profane or obscene material, committing illegal acts, advocating violence or discrimination, and accessing resources that are restricted. CMSD does not have a uniform dress code. True or false? False. Students are not authorized to use a cell phone or electronic device for which of the following? A, taking a picture, audio, or video recording of others. B, cheating, posting, or distributing materials. C, hazing, intimidating, bullying, or disrupting the learning environment. D, committing a crime under federal or state law. E, all of the above. If you answered E, all of the above, you are correct.
How many infraction levels are noted in the Code of Conduct? There are 4 levels of infractions outlined in the Student Code of Conduct. At this time, we will highlight a few. Level 1 infractions, if repeated, may result in suspension up to 5 days from school. 1C, failing to attend all assigned classes. As stated earlier, all students are expected to arrive on time and attend all scheduled courses throughout the day. 1D, deceptively submitting another's work, writing, or ideas as one's own schoolwork. This means no copying or submitting someone else's work word for word and taking credit for it. And 1F, cheating on examinations. Certainly this is self-explanatory. You will be required throughout the school year to take assessments, and cheating on any type of test or exam is unacceptable. 2D, threatening to harm another person or intentionally causing them to fear for personal safety. This is a form of harassment and intimidation and absolutely unacceptable. If this is happening to you, please be sure to notify an adult. 2G, intentionally causing or participating in a class or school disruption. The learning online, this year, learning online is hard enough as it's new for all of us. So this is a very high stakes time for your education. So at no time should you be purposely causing or participating in class disruption. We expect you to demonstrate the 7 habits as well as the Waverly Way. Show up every day with your head in the game and be ready to be the best, your personal best. Come to school striving to learn, lead, and succeed. 2H, using abusive or profane language. Now, if foul language or curse words is all that you know, then surely you need to find a better vocabulary. A rule of thumb, if you wouldn't say it to your mother or your grandmother, then you should not be saying it in our educational learning environment. Respect your teachers by using appropriate language. Respect your peers by using appropriate language. And lastly, show some self-respect by using appropriate language at all times. Failing to adhere to school culture or directives of school personnel. All students are expected to follow all adult directives on the first request. That's what leaders do. Leaders are proactive. They respond versus react. Therefore, they make good decisions. They have a plan. They plan for the best and they prioritize, making sure that they get their work done. They seek to understand by listening more than they talk. Think about it. Maybe that's why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Leaders don't end up in power struggles with peers or adults because they think win-win. Leaders know how to work well with others and get things done. And leaders balance school life with things that they enjoy. They keep to help them keep from exploding with anger or an attitude towards others because they're stressed out. They find ways to sharpen their saw. So I expect you to show up as leaders and adhere to the school culture by following school rules and adult directives on the first request. 2M, participating in hazing activities. This is very similar to bullying and definitely unacceptable. 2Q, repeated violations of cell phone and electronic device policy. This was already addressed in the about electronic devices, and when it says repeated violation, no one should have to keep reminding you. Again, we're asking you to follow the rules on the first request. So be responsible and remember that this repeated incident could result in you ending up suspended. Which of the following is considered harassment, intimidating, and bullying? A, intentional written, verbal, or physical act toward others. B, repeated behavior that causes mental or physical harm. C, any hurtful and unkind behavior toward another person. D, posting, sending, or polling that is intended to harm others. And E, is it A, B, and D? I hope you chose A, B, and D, but I want to clarify answer C. Every time someone hurts your feelings or is unkind toward you does not mean that you are being bullied. Some people may not like you. They don't have to. They don't have to pick you for their teams. They don't have to share with you or sit by you. Now, is that unkind behavior? Absolutely. Is it bullying? No. Are you better off without people like that? Yes. Is it your fault that they'll miss out on your awesomeness? No. It's their loss.
Now we are going to go over the level 3 infractions that may result in a suspension for up to 10 days from school and or expulsion. 3B, verbally or physically threatening to injure or harm a school staff member or student. 3E, any sexual conduct or behavior including all forms of sexual harassment with or without consent. 3F, hate crimes, that is any prejudices towards a specific group of people, will not be tolerated. Continuation of level 3 infractions. 3G, possessing or using counterfeit drugs and or drug paraphernalia. 3K, damaging or attempting to damage school property. Please keep in mind, most of you have devices that came from our school. Those devices are to be well taken care of. Families will be financially responsible for any damage that is done to school property. And then 3P, bullying. Please make sure that you report any bullying to a staff member as soon as possible. There is absolutely zero tolerance for bullying at Waverly School. Level 4 infractions, which could result in a suspension from school for up to 10 days and or expulsion. 4C, commission of an act that is a criminal offense when committed by an adult that results in serious physical harm to persons or property. And 4D, making a bomb threat regarding a school building or school activity. These are very, very serious offenses. Any of these violations could result in a suspension or even possible expulsion. So now we're going to talk about the different types of consequences that could result from the infractions. So when we talk about student discipline, these are the consequences that could be implemented should you violate any of the infractions. Student conferences, warnings, contacting parents, possible removal for interventions, creating a behavior contract, having privileges restricted. I touched on this earlier, financial responsibility for damaged property. So parents and guardians might have to be financially responsible for any damage done to school property, emergency removal from school and out of school suspension, expulsion, and then any other reasonable consequences that may be aligned to that particular behavior.
What is PBIS at Waverly? A, intentional focus on desired behaviors for student success. B, positive behavior recognition for demonstrating the Waverly Way. C, consistent school-wide expectations for a positive and productive learning environment. D, recognition for demonstrating the 7 habits of the leader in me model. E, all of the above. If you answered E, all of the above, you are correct.
Now, let's take a moment to match the left side to the right side after a review of all that you've heard today. Be proactive. That is habit number 1. Our motto Learn, lead, succeed. Respectful and responsible. That is part of our Waverly way. When you are absent, your parent or guardian must call Ms. Leahy at the number you see there, 216-838-7550. And positive behavior intervention supports, known as PBIS, is something that we do at Waverly, and we promote the desired behaviors that we want to see more of instead of focusing on negative behaviors.
True or false? After this presentation, you must sign your name in the form and review the attached official copy of the 2020-2021 Student Code of Conduct. Of course, that answer is true.
Make good choices and have a great school year. Let's go Waverly Warriors. Woo!